So we just got to go back to work and stay focused, stay grounded. We really have good leadership on this team. I'm really proud of that. We've come a long way from a year ago, and we have to continue to stay focused and practice well so we can improve.
If the quick research is correct, that's the most points for Nevada at Mackey Stadium and the 5th most in the history of this program. I guess what were you most pleased with offensively to put up 72?
You know, we prepared a lot of plays for this game, and I just wanted to see us run them, to be honest with you. I mean, we practiced really hard to execute plays, and we try to put as many different playmakers in position to make plays as possible. And we want to see those things come off. So, and we got a lot of plays, so I ain't worried about wasting them. So we want to come out and execute, and we did that. You know, we did that in the second half. You know, we were really close on a couple plays. I mean, we had the halfback pass was wide open. We threw it short, and we got a penalty on that. The flea flicker should have been a touchdown. Cole Turner had a long ball in the end zone, but you know that's just execution and confidence, and we should continue to get better at that. We're not even close to playing as well as we're capable, and so we got to use this as a learning experience and build on it for the future.
It seemed like the big play came from the defense with Daniel Brown's interception. You guys got off to a slow start. How important was that, and just kind of relaxing a little bit?
It was big. I think we're real capable. I think we have pass rushers. I think we have people that put pressure on the quarterback. And then when that happens, you know, it gives our secondary opportunities to make plays, and that's what Daniel did. I was really happy we got some tips tonight. I think, you know, we're taller in the D-line. We're bigger in the D-line. You know, I think Adam Lopez got a couple tips tonight, and that's going to be important for us moving forward. Any kind of disruption we can make with the quarterback, getting hands in the passing lane is gonna make our defense even stronger, and we have to get more turnovers. That's a big thing we want, takeaways from this defense. You know, and we settled down and played pretty good the second half, and that's the way we have to do. You know, all we talk about on defense is doing your job and having guys that trust each other to do their job. And we showed some progress in that in the second half.
Did you feel that on the sidelines?
No doubt. I think we have an opportunity to be dynamic on special teams and defensively. We have a lot of different ways we can score, and we want to take advantage of that. And we talked about it. You know, that we talked about having a defensive score in this game. We talked about having a score in the return game. We talked about blocking a kick in this game, and we were able to do all of those things. And you know, we're trying to challenge our guys to take advantage of every opportunity, and so you only get so many opportunities, and we prepare all week for those opportunities in the game. So when you get them, you don't want to take a pitch that's right down the middle. You know, that's one of the things we said. And I even had to teach our guys about Ted Williams this week a little bit, and so they didn't know who Ted Williams was, but Ted Williams had a saying, you know, the most important rule for him in hitting was getting a good ball to hit. And you know, we had some good balls to hit tonight. We had some opportunities, and we took advantage of them. And that's the way we're going to have to be every week.
You mentioned the young guys. I mean, it seemed like, you know, Lee, Tawa, Turner, Dobbs, I mean, they kind of all acted like they had been there. I mean, how happy were you that, you know, they looked like they were ready to go and are going to be ready to contribute this year?
I kind of got upset with the team one day. We had to start practice over, and I made a point that, you know, we have to get a full practice in. And in the meeting that day, I told him, I said, you know, if you're a linebacker, I shouldn't have to tell you to run to the football and hit somebody. If you're a running back, I shouldn't have to tell you to run hard. I mean, we should be able to teach you scheme, but when you're a good football player, you just do those things naturally. I think you saw that from Toa. I think you saw that from Romeo Dubs. I think I saw that from Devontae Lee. Those kids are good football players, and they're young. You know, we have a lot of young, exciting players. And one of the things that I was so proud of about coming here was I believe we can recruit here to Nevada. And those are some of our most dynamic kids are very young, which is exciting. And we want to give those kids opportunity. You know, I was at Oklahoma 8 years. We played a lot of freshmen when I was there, and I'm not afraid to play freshmen. And so we're going to give those kids opportunity to make things happen. You know, we had special things for Toa in the game tonight with the Wildcat and some special plays. I was a little disappointed that he didn't throw the ball deeper on the halfback pass, even though it came back for a penalty. He kind of short-armed it a little bit. But you know, he'll learn from that. So we'll take advantage of those kids' skills, and we'll give them opportunities to make plays, and they'll help us win as we move along.
What was the explanation here on the Corey Rush situation?
I don't know if I can talk about it. I'll probably get in trouble if I do. I just made a point that you can't call a foul unless you know what the foul was and who did it. And they didn't know who did it. So I don't know how you can call a foul on somebody if you don't know who did it. And that was my only question. And I knew they had the wrong guy. And we'll see. You know, but that's something that it's the way the game is now. You know, the replay people get a chance to make calls, and so we'll talk about it as a conference, I'm sure, and I'm sure we'll make adjustments and make it right.
Sure. What did you think of the offensive performance? I mean, 72 points is the most in that stadium's history.
I thought it was a great performance as a whole offense. I mean, first half we didn't start as fast as we wanted to, but I mean we got going in the second half, and I felt like we showed our potential in the second half for sure.
Why do you think you guys got off to a little bit of a slower start in that first quarter? Basically, from that point on, you guys are pretty solid.
First game of the season, everyone has the jitters. We just had to get that chemistry going that we've been working all summer, and just get going and get that rhythm going.
Caleb had a pretty big game. I mean, what's it like working with him after his season was cut so short last year?
I'm really happy to have him back on the field. He's a great player, great teammate, and I just love playing with him. He's a hard worker, and I'm happy to see him succeeding out there.
McLane, some of those plays, not only to you, but a couple of the other plays, the separation was pretty impressive. I mean, did you guys feel, especially in the second half, that you had a step on these guys?
Oh yes, sir. We knew coming into this week we're the better receiving. Our receiving core didn't match up with their DBs. We knew we had better speed all around the field. Even our running backs and quarterbacks too were going to outrun everyone on the field.
On Monday, we talked about, and other players talked about, missing an edge last year against Idaho State. That was Coach Norvell's word, was edge. Was it there? Was it there today against a kind of a similar opponent? You could argue.
I feel like it was. It started in the middle of the second quarter. I mean, we didn't start out as fast as we wanted to, but I feel like that edge started to get there as we progressed through the game.
You guys talked a lot about setting kind of a tone and sending a message to the fans. I guess what tone and message do you feel like you guys sent with tonight's game?
That we have the most explosive offense in the Mountain West, and we feel that way, and we're working to be the best in the Mountain West and go win a Mountain West championship this year.
I'm not sure if you had a view of Daniel Brown's play, but from the sideline, did you feel like that gave the team a lift?
Oh, no doubt. That gave us a lot of momentum going into the second quarter. That was a big play, and we needed that spark to get us going on offense for sure.
You guys played a lot of young guys, the true freshmen on offense. I mean, what did you think of Devontae and Toa and Turner and those guys?
I knew they were really good players when they came in, and they proved it in practice that they were ready to play. And I knew when they stepped on the field, they prepared.
You guys got off to a bit of a slow start, but ended up with 72 points. When did you feel like the tides kind of turned for you guys as an offense?
I guess just when we figured out what we really wanted to do against them. We kind of came in and wanted to challenge them outside, and put McLane a couple of times on the outside, and they played us well out there. They were playing physical and pressing us, so decided to switch it up and use our slots a lot more, and just started rolling.
What was the feeling out there? I think you guys scored 6 straight possessions. Just seemed like you guys were having fun, and the wide receivers are getting pretty open.
Yeah. That was our main goal, is to just come out here and have fun and light up the scoreboard. It's always great when you can score 72 points. Obviously, a couple of them weren't ours, but it was a full team effort, all 4 quarters, and in every phase of the game, offense, defense, and special teams.
Obviously, next week's challenge is going to be a lot more difficult, but how does this game help you for that one? Just knowing, how well you guys played and what you guys can do if you're playing and executing.
Yeah, I think it gives us confidence, and game repetitions of what we want to do. We want to carry this momentum into next week, and start preparing for Vandy. We want to celebrate tonight and tomorrow, and come back to work on Sunday ready to go.
I think you said set the tone in describing what you wanted to do with this game, kind of describing it to fans and maybe for your season. I guess what tone do you feel like you guys set?
Exciting one. I hope we're an exciting offense to watch. Our defense played great. I was glad to finally stop going against them and let them punish another team. So I thought they did a really good job, especially early on in the game when the offense started out kind of slow. They did a great job picking us up, and like I said, it was a team effort and really set the tone as an exciting team to watch.
Was there any frustration, not only going down 9-0, but I know a safety is pretty frustrating on the offensive side. What was the level of frustration, and what was your reaction?
I'm a little bit, but I think we dealt with it very maturely. I talked to the offense yesterday and said, as long as we communicate and keep calm when things don't go our way, we're going to be all right. And so I think we did a good job of not panicking and just keeping our cool and figured out what we wanted to do.
Sounds like Clay got the first game ball. I think he only had 1 low snap. I mean, it seemed like he played pretty well. I guess what were your thoughts on him stepping in there and doing that?
Yeah, he did awesome. Not only with just protecting and run blocking and all that stuff, but just making his calls and communicating with everybody. It was huge. And I thought those guys up front did a great job. They tried to flex defense is kind of a confusing defense to play against, especially up front. So I'm really proud of those guys. They made it happen in the back end for us and for the receiving corps.
I mean, it seems like McLane's even better than we saw last year, and he was pretty good last year. I mean, has he taken a big step forward, and how dangerous is that guy?
He's incredibly dangerous. I'd say I wouldn't want to guard him. I don't think many people do want to guard him. So it's just awesome having him as a weapon. I think he's improved even more from last season. So he's doing really well. I love his work ethic, and he's a great teammate as well. So I'm really happy for him.
The young guys got in there too. I mean, most teams have like maybe 5 guys who they can go to. I mean, it seems like you guys have like 10 guys who you feel comfortable putting the ball in.
We don't even have like 1s and 2s. We just kind of have a rotation. So it makes it fun and makes it good for the receivers, because when they're running deep routes all the time, it's good to be able to have a lot of depth at that position that can sub in and take some off.
Daniel, the interception, I think not only obviously it results in 6 points, but it seemed to lift the team, the crowd, everything. Would you agree with that? Is that a fair assessment?
Before that series, we were just talking as a defense and saying we need a turnover, we need to jumpstart this game, and it just happened to be me that play. But I really feel good about jumpstarting the game and really getting us going and getting into a groove.
What did you see out on the field? And I mean, from up in the press box, it looked like you could have just kept running for 500 yards.
It was cover 0, and my guy ran a streak, and the quarterback scrambled, and he kind of like went back inside, and I saw the quarterback he wanted to go to him, and I baited him to throw it so I could, and then the rest is just playmaking, really.
Did you do that a couple times in high school? When's the last time you got the end zone?
In high school, my senior year, I got a pick, but I did a front flip in high school, but couldn't do that here though. Didn't want to get the penalty.
What do you think of the defensive effort overall?
I feel like we played really strong tonight. Second half, we really tightened up and really stepped into what we really want to be as a defense and as a unit this year. First half came out kind of slow, but we really picked it up, and I really like our energy out there. I feel like we're just communicating on all levels, and it's just a good feeling.
How does this game help you guys going into a much more difficult challenge on the road against an SEC team?
I feel like it gets our confidence up and just lets us know what we can be as a team and as a unit on defense. And going into next week, I feel like everybody's morale is going to be high, and we can really go in there and sneak up on some guys.
You feel like the team kind of needed it? I mean, you put all this work in since the UNLV game, and to come out here and thrash a team. I mean, is that kind of prove to you guys that this is going to be a completely new season?
And I feel like all our hard work from fall camp is just being put on display now. I feel like everything that we've done up to this point is just coming to the media now. We've known what we can do, but it's just being on display to the public now.
You were down 9-0. Was there any sort of Idaho State flashback or anything, or do you think that a year is enough to separate the two events?
I feel like it was in the back of a couple guys' heads, but I mean, when we go out there, I feel like everybody's intent is to get off the field or get our offense back the ball. So I feel like our mentality as a defense this year is completely different than last year.
And how would you describe the difference in that mentality?
Last year, I just feel like losing the first couple of games, everybody's mentality was just like, why us? Like, and this year, like, why not us? Like, why can't we be that team?